Welcome to the 21st year anniversary celebration of Sharing Our Cultures. Our annual events are usually held at the rooms in St. John's and in schools around the province. This year, we're going virtual. We start off with a message from the Minister of Diversity, Inclusion and Youth.
Hello to young Canadians all across Newfoundland and Labrador. Bonjour à tous les jeunes Canadiens de Terre-Neuve et Labrador. I want to commend everyone involved in the Sharing Our Cultures program. This year you mark 21 years of promoting diversity and spreading messages of hope, inclusion and belonging. Le Premier ministre Justin Trudeau dit souvent qu'au Canada, la diversité est l'une de nos plus grandes forces. Y inclut la diversité des cultures, des régions et des expériences. Sharing information about your cultures as well as your individual perspectives and experiences is a great way in helping to build a truly inclusive country. This is why the Government of Canada is contributing to the work of Sharing Our Cultures through both the community support, multiculturalism and anti-racism initiatives, as well as the building communities through arts and heritage programs. Events like this are instrumental, especially today as we mark the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. Together, you are helping Canada build back even better and consciously more inclusive. I want you to know that our government both notices and appreciates the contributions you are making. We hear all about them from the amazing team of members of Parliament who represent the ridings within Newfoundland and Labrador. As Minister of Diversity and Inclusion and Youth, on behalf of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the Government of Canada, thank you for telling your stories and congratulations on 21 years of sharing our cultures. Keep well and safe.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Up next, we have the Holy Heart students with the song Music and Friends, directed by Mr. Coburn.
Done a lot of living and I found no matter where you go, the whole world's round. They always go together hand in hand. Where there's one, there'll be the other. Music and friends. Music and friends. It's so good to bring together music and friends. Side by side, no one can break them. When we take the time to make them. Where there's one, there'll be the other. Music and friends. When blue skies turn to gray and hide the sun, with tired hands their daily work now done, nothing seems to turn things round again and make the old world right like music and friends. Music and friends. It's so good to bring together music and friends. Side by side, no one can break them. When we take the time to make them. Where there's one, there'll be the other. Music and friends. Musik und Freunde.
La musique et les amis.
Musika at kaibigan.
音樂同朋友，
音樂和朋友。
Musiki και φίλους. Miziki na marafiki.
nyimbo dia bwenzi,
Isilimba na bisambo.
Música e amigos.
موسيقى ومحززنا. Music and friends. Music and friends. It's so good to
Newfoundland is the unceded traditional territory of the Beothuk and Mi'kmaq, and Labrador is the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Innu of Nitassinan and the Inuit of Nunatsiavut and Nunatuavut. We're delighted to have this performance by Eastern Owl from the 2020 Spirit Song Festival hosted by First Light.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jennifer White. I'm the principal at Mealy Mountain Collegiate in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to our presentations for Sharing Our Cultures on this, the 21st anniversary of Sharing Our Cultures. It's very fitting to be doing something very 21st century, such as having a virtual celebration. Good luck to everyone who participated.
Thanks, Jen. Staying in Happy Valley Goose Bay, here's a presentation about Japan by Amanda.
Konnichiwa, Yori Chinichi. My name is Amanda Alina Blancabanayan. I was born in the Philippines and I currently live in Happy Valley Goose Bay, Newfoundland and Labrador. I attend Mealy Mountain in 8th grade and I will be representing Japan. Japan is an island country in East Asia. This is what it looks like on the world map. It's right next to Russia and north of Pacific Ocean. This is its flag. At one point it was an icon of a sun, but they simplified it to a red dot. This is Mount Fuji. This is the tallest volcano in Japan, and it's known for its symmetrical shape. Origami. It's the art of folding paper. Kimonos. As you can see, I am wearing one, and so is my uncle and aunt. This is their traditional and national garment. Sakura trees, also known as Japanese cherries. It's Japan's national flower, and it's also a popular girl name. Omiyage, it's to bring a gift or souvenir to families, friends, or co-workers after traveling or going on vacation. Anime and manga, it's rather popular around the whole world, and some well-known animes are Naruto, Koe no Katachi, Attack on Titan, Detective Conan, Demon Slayer, Hunter x Hunter, and a lot more. Shinto shrines, it's a place to hold or keep sacred items that are not meant for worship. Public transport, manners. Everyone waits in line patiently while waiting for the passengers to get off the train so then they can get on in an orderly fashion. Sumo wrestling. It's national sport. Vending machines. Japan has some rather strange vending machines. You can find ones selling kittens, puppies, fresh fruits, hot meals, flowers, and a lot more. Bowing when greeting others. It's a way to show respect when greeting someone new. And removing shoes before entering homes. It's a way to show respect to the house and homeowners for keeping the house clean. And that is it. I hope you learned something new or found entertainment in this. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please take care. Sayonara.
Thank you, Amanda. Now, from Japan to Brazil, with a performance by Anna and Eric.
Hello! We're Anna and Eric. We are a Brazilian duo based in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. And we're really happy to be here today with you.
Yes, it's a pleasure to participate in the 21st anniversary of Sharing Our Cultures. It's a pleasure to share our culture as well.
Exactly.
And, well, the first song that we are playing, it's called Tema da Penha, which is a carnival march, as we call it in Brazil. The song we wrote, a kind of a nostalgic song that talks about how things changed in São Paulo and our memories from that. And well, we lived in Penha. It's a neighborhood in São Paulo for many, many years. And because Carnival has always been a huge deal there, and even more so in the 50s and 60s, we decided to honor the neighborhood in a way with a Carnival march that we wrote ourselves.
Exactly. So, Tema da Penha.
Deixa eu andar, deixa eu pensar em você, deixa o meu tempo passar, deixa eu tentar entender que o mundo que eu queria não é mais. Deixa eu andar, eu subo só pra descer, escrevo só pra lembrar e vivo só pra esquecer. Deixa eu andar, deixa eu pensar em você, deixa o meu tempo passar, deixa eu tentar entender que o mundo que eu queria não é mais. O mundo em que eu te via não é mais.
La
Abre a janela pra entrar o vento quente que vem contando histórias do mar. E se o dia nascer e o vento corta de frio, pouco a pouco o sol vai preenchendo o vazio. E eu tomo meu café olhando o rio que brota no horizonte do deserto da cidade.
Welcome to Sharing Our Cultures 21-21-21. Yes, 21-21-21, an oral palindrome. But not just any old palindrome. The number 21 is both significant and poetic. 21 marks the anniversary of Sharing Our Cultures, as well as this year's date for its annual March event. Among other events, the 21st of March demarcates International Color Day, which recognizes color as one of the most influential phenomena in people's lives and their perception of reality. Notice our colorful clothing scheme.
La Journée internationale pour l'élimination de la discrimination raciale est également célébrée le 21 mars, tandis que tout le mois de mars a été désigné comme le mois de multiculturalisme dans la province.
Une telle poésie numérique et calendaire s'aligne avec et souligne le mandat de partageons notre culture, car elle promeut et soutient la valeur de la diversité culturelle et des relations interculturelles de tous grâce à ses nombreux programmes et projets such as the annual March event.
This year, March event will be a 2-for-1 celebrations. As we recall the onset of the global pandemic within the province, March 2020 impact all of us. The Sharing Our Cultures March 2020 event was but one of the many events postponed.
Postponed, but not canceled. That is to say, events would take place at a time later versus not taking place at all. A testament to the determination, the resilience, and the hope of the human spirit and the people of the province. And so it was and is with Sharing Our Cultures.
In addition to witnessing this resiliency and vibrancy in this year's digital presentations and performances from students and performers across the province, viewers will also experience these characteristics in the retrospective of curated clips from previous years.
And so, Sharing Our Cultures 21-21-21 is indeed something to celebrate. We're glad that you're here to celebrate with us.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
In celebration of our 21st year anniversary, we'd like to take a look back at some of the presentations of students in 2019.
Hi, my name is Armana. I'm from Ethiopia. Today I'm presenting traditional Ethiopian coffee. Like we have to clean the setup and clean them, like the coffee, and we have to wash the pins 3 times before it turn to brown. And when we wash it, we have to
roast the coffee. After you roast the coffee, you have to ground it in here. Everything is used by hand. And then after you ground the coffee, you pour it in the jabana, which is what is it?
It's pot.
It's the pot.
It's
After
called
the
jabana.
coffee gets ready, maybe you're gonna leave it on for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and after that we service to people.
So hi, we're from the Philippines. So what we're presenting here today is the traditional games for the Philippines. So the most popular game that we have is called Luksong Baka. So Baka means actually a cow. So it's jumping over the cow, and we usually play a lot of types of these games in the Philippines because it's usually really hot there, and the weather there is really quite warm. So we do play a lot of games outside of the Philippines.
We are from Syria, and we have here mosque, the biggest mosque in Syria. It's called Umawi Mosque. And that's inside the mosque. Yeah, and that's outside here. And here we have some money from Syria.
Okay, so I'm from Chile in South America, and my presentation is L'Epiphanie. It's a traditional thing we do the 6th of January. Okay, it's like Christmas, but like 12 days afterwards. And you're supposed to eat a cake, but there's a little toy inside. The person who has the toy gets to be the king or the queen of the day. And I decided to do this project with my friends that are not here, sadly, because it's also part of my tradition, because I'm from Chile, and Chile, there's some people from Spain over there, and I'm half Hispanic too. So it's also something that I do at my house, and she does it at her house, and she's from France, Alsace. So we connected it in that way, doing the project, and we learned about each other, and it was very helpful and nice, yeah.
Okay, so I'm from Hubei, China, which is a central province in China. So we're doing the Chinese food. And so here is the 8 cuisines of Chinese food. We have some of the examples of the food listed here. And these are the pictures. And for here, we have some introduction of the overseas Chinese cuisines, including fortune cookie, General Tso's chicken, and chop suey. They're actually made by some chef mix the taste of Chinese style and American style. So they're not actually Chinese food. They're actually a mixed taste. So here we have some table manners. We have the introduction of some setting, like the seating order of people, and chopsticks. And yeah, here we have chopsticks here. So here we have a little picture of it. It says, "Don't leave your chopstick pointing directly to someone across the table," which is implied. So yeah, that's basically our introduction.
Hi, I'm Safwa. I'm from Iraq. Most boards here are doing one thing about their country, but I decided our country is way too good to choose only one thing out of it. So we decided to make music, clothing, and food of Iraq. Iraqi music is the most popular music out of all the Arab musicians there is around the Arab world. Also, we have here some of the most famous clothing we would wear in very special occasions like weddings or even any big party, which is also what I have on today, me and my cousin.
I'm Tony Stack, Newfoundland and Labrador English School District. I'm really happy to mark the 21st celebration of sharing our cultures. Congratulations, Dr. Lodetta Cueco. 21 events. You and your team have grown this into one of the most anticipated in our school calendar, and now reaches into every region of Newfoundland and Labrador. This is a testament to the power of partnerships and collaboration. And to the partners, educators, and most importantly, the students who are joining us from 5 different locations in the province, a really warm welcome. I know that this last year has been full of challenges, but I got to tell you, I continue to be blown away by the strength and resilience of our school communities and of our teachers and students in particular. I'm really eager to see and hear of the cultural connections and projects that our students have developed, as well as the feedback from some of our younger participants. Our district, through the work of our directors of multiculturalism, Ms. Bonnie Woodland, and our Indigenous Education Director, Mr. Shane Welcher, continuing to move forward with efforts to broaden cross-cultural understanding. Events like this one, Sharing Our Cultures, help to add to our collective understanding and provide us with the opportunity to make our community a better, a kinder, a more inclusive community for each and every one of us to learn, grow, and thrive. To our students, I hope you learn and share as much as you can throughout this initiative about the diverse cultures and traditions throughout our school communities, as each and every one of them is an important piece of both our provincial and our national fabric. Be safe and enjoy the experience. Thank you.
Chers participants, chers participants, bienvenue au 21e événement annuel organisé par À la découverte de nos cultures. Le Conseil scolaire francophone provincial souhaite aux élèves, aux familles et à toute la jeunesse de Terre-Neuve et Labrador un événement des plus intéressants. Il est important qu'on adresse les enjeux qui se relient au contexte réel de la vie quotidienne de tous. Cette occasion permet des moments de réflexion et de réseautage afin de célébrer ensemble le multiculturalisme et d'augmenter l'accueil et l'inclusion dans la province. Bravo aux organisateurs qui ont décidé de poursuivre avec l'événement en virtuel, et ce, dans 5 régions de la province, afin d'assurer la présence malgré les circonstances. J'aimerais également remercier les élèves de la province qui ont contribué au développement social, culturel et économique de Terre-Neuve et de Labrador. Ne lâchez pas. Restez positifs et soyez résilients. Merci.
We hope you've been enjoying celebrating our 21st year anniversary with us. Up next, from the Chinese Association of Newfoundland and Labrador, the Chinese Lion Dancers.
Happy 21st anniversary Sharing Our Cultures. My name is Georgine Worley. I'm originally from Sierra Leone, West Africa, and I participated in Sharing Our Cultures from 2002 to 2005. Now, what I learned most from participating in Sharing Our Cultures was about my culture itself, as I was given the opportunity to research areas of my culture that I didn't know about, and also had the chance to learn about others as well. So I met lots of friends and made lots of connections with other people from various places in the world. It's been over 15 years and I'm still really good friends with a lot of students that I participated with, performed with, and shared my culture with back when I was in school. Thanks Sharing Our Cultures for this amazing experience.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Shani, j'ai 12 ans, je suis française et j'habite à Terre-Neuve et Labrador.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Kéa, j'ai 15 ans, je suis française et j'habite à Terre-Neuve et Labrador. Et aujourd'hui, on va parler du stress de l'école en ligne sur les élèves.
Donc moi, je suis en 8e année et je trouve que l'école en ligne est plutôt stressant parce que tu es constamment sur un écran toute la journée et tu dis « Oh, si j'ai pas terminé cet essai à minuit, j'aurai mauvaise note ou j'aurai pas de note et mon bulletin aura pas des bons résultats. » Ou tu es juste constamment en stress de dire « Oh, faut que je termine ça à cette heure-là. » et tu utilises tes écrans pendant des heures, et du coup, des fois, tu oublies même comment être un humain. Tu oublies de boire, de manger, même de dormir. Des fois, tu es juste sur ton ordinateur et tu te dis, oh, juste finis ça et va dormir, mais en fait, il est déjà 1h du matin. Mais je trouve qu'il devrait réduire la dose de travail.
Oui, donc moi, je suis une élève de 10e et la pression est énorme dans ma classe. Même si je ne suis pas une des personnes qui a les cours les plus difficiles que tu peux prendre, mais c'est déjà énorme. Vraiment, c'est vraiment dur pour moi d'essayer de suivre le rythme. Parce que dès que tu fais pas quelque chose le jour même ou tu traînes un peu, et bah ça s'empile, et puis à la fin, t'es blindé de travail. Et c'était vraiment dur pour moi d'essayer de garder ma moyenne vraiment constante parce que les profs nous donnent énormément de travail, mais énorme. Je trouve que c'est vraiment inhumain. Même quand on était en classe physiquement, on n'avait pas autant de travail. Donc je comprends pas pourquoi on devrait en avoir plus parce qu'on est en école en ligne. Le stress est énorme. Vraiment, c'est vraiment horrible. Comme tu l'as dit, vraiment, il y a des fois, je me lève peut-être 2-3 fois, j'oublie de manger, je bois pas, je reste sur mon ordinateur et je dois juste terminer tout ce que j'ai à faire. Et bien sûr, on sait très bien que les profs sont aussi dans une période difficile. C'est très dur d'essayer de finir le cours, tout ça. Mais il faut aussi qu'ils comprennent que quand tes élèves viennent te dire là, c'est trop, on peut pas. Le travail, c'est les devoirs, c'est vraiment trop. Je pense qu'il faudrait écouter parce que on n'est pas feignant et on essaie de faire notre mieux avec notre travail. Mais comme j'ai vraiment beaucoup d'amis et ils pensent tous la même chose, vraiment. Les devoirs, c'est vraiment trop. Donc oui, vraiment, je pense que la seule solution, c'est vraiment de réduire les devoirs et le travail. Donc voilà.
Merci de nous avoir écoutés.
Merci beaucoup.
Good day. Welcome to our virtual Sharing Our Cultures event. This year is kind of different in that we are not in school physically, and a lot of things about school are changed. Of course, this event has changed as well. But on behalf of the staff and students of our school, we want to welcome you to Sharing Our Cultures event. We've put a lot of work into this. I know we missed last year's event as well, and this year is, again, a different event, but certainly the value of Sharing Our Cultures is important. And we see from our own students who have visited from other countries the value they bring to us, their language, their culture, their experiences, and the interaction between our students and students from away. There's so much substance, so much they bring and add to our school. So again, on behalf of Cornwall Regional High, I want to welcome you to this event and hope you participate and enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Wonderful cultures here and countries. The kids love expressing themselves given the opportunity. We have performances from some of our students. Then they had their own little dance party at the end of the event where they so proudly dressed themselves in their flags, intermingled and had a good time. We've had a lot of fun. We've painted, we've decorated, we've made a big mess. And the students got to know each other really well, and I got to know the students really well too. And we have booths here today showing all of the beautiful elements of these cultures. The students from all these different countries have shared their cultures with grade 6 students, and they have so many positive things to share with our students. They had passports, and what they had to do was they had to go to visit all of these different countries, and they had to ask questions, read from the display booths, and record answers in their passports. The passports are then brought back to their classes, and they achieve marks for their work here today. So all of the kids that I spoke to had a really, really fun time today, and our international students really enjoyed themselves as well.
Hello, I'm Gander Mayor Percy Farwell. Although I'd much rather be doing this again in person, we all understand why that can't happen during the coronavirus pandemic. But I would like to take this time to acknowledge and congratulate you on your participation in the Sharing Our Cultures program at GC. Cultural diversity is a key ingredient that enriches our community, and creating cultural awareness and understanding is so important to promoting tolerance and acceptance of each other, and awakening an appreciation for the value and beauty of a diverse community. And while it is so important and valuable to share your culture with others so that they may be able to better understand it, in fact, sometimes describing our cultural heritage to others helps us become more aware and appreciative of who we are ourselves. So thank you to your teachers and program organizers and sponsors, and thank you to each and every one of you for sharing your cultures with us all. And once we've put this pandemic in the rearview mirror, I look forward to more face-to-face contact and learning about and experiencing the various cultural influences in our community firsthand. Until then, congratulations on your efforts in this program, best wishes as you continue your studies at GC, and above all, stay safe.
Thank you, Mayor Farwell. Next up is Kamadi with his rendition of Summertime.
Hi, my name is Hamadi Ojiambo. I'm from Nairobi, Kenya, but currently living in St. John's, Newfoundland. And I'm going to be singing a rendition of the song Summertime. And this is in celebration of the 21st year anniversary of Sharing Our Cultures. And I hope you enjoy it. All right, here we go. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking. These mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. You're gonna spread your wings, take to the sky, but till that morning, ain't nothing can harm you. With daddy and mommy standing by, standing by.
Diana was one of the first students who participated in Sharing Our Cultures back in 1999. Here she is now to tell us about it in her own words.
Hello everyone, my name is Diana and I just wanted to share a little bit of my experience as a youth participating in the multicultural fair and participating in different events that Loydetta had created for us. We're talking 15 to 20 years ago when I was about 10 to 14 years old before we moved out of Newfoundland. We live in Ontario now, and I can say that Canada is a very diverse, multicultural, beautiful place where you have people from all over the place and you get to experience so many different things, try so many different foods, listen to so much music. And from my own experience, I can tell you that I think it's really shaped the person that I am today. It's created a lot of value in my life to be exposed to very different kind of people, to share our own experience coming here from Bosnia in 1999, and to be able to share our culture with Canadians, to see where we're from, answer any questions they have. Not only did we have our boards, like I think they're still carrying on today, but we had the fashion shows and the schools would come and they could see what we're wearing. Our own school used to come and that was what we used to get so excited about, to show, you know, our friends from school about our culture and what we wear, and different kind of programs. And I just want to show you this beautiful maple leaf. I'm actually right here. You can see how diverse it is. So just participating in so many different kinds of things with all these kids, and you know, I'm still friends with some of them today, and it's really great to have met everybody from different places. And Biljana, my friend here, did Yugoslavia, I did Bosnia. So here's me and Loydetta. So I just want to say Loydetta is such a great person. It really takes such a wonderful person to do something like this and carry on the tradition, and now it's been 21 years and I'm so happy that we still keep in touch with her, and she's creating this wonderful virtual event for you to be able to see a little bit about what we used to do and compare it to what you do today, and I think that's great. We always had such a great time. We did so many different things, so many programs. When I look back on these photos, I can smile and be happy and laugh and just be glad that I had that experience, because I really think it shaped me and opened my eyes and created the opportunity for me to look at things the way I do. So I think it's good and important to be a part of these things, and I really thank Loydetta for everything she did for us and for continuing this great tradition. So thank you.
Hey everyone, it's Mayor Barry Emanuel here. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this year's Sharing Our Cultures event. Even though we may not be able to be together physically, it's great that we can use technology to still come together to celebrate Multiculturalism Month. Culture is what shapes us and our identity. We can define culture by language that we use, the way in which we behave, what we value, and even through tangible things that hold meaning and history to us. It's so important to reflect on not only the measure we currently take to share our cultures, but to look towards the future and how to further embrace diversity and multiculturalism. It's also important for us to recognize diversity and to encourage respect and empowerment. Our differences are what makes us special. We have opportunities here, including this event, to learn about each other and develop a deep appreciation for what makes each of us different. Groups here in Grand Falls, Windsor, like Welcome NL and the Association for New Canadians, can help support newcomers and encourage them to get involved in our community. Proactive listening and welcoming different ideas can only benefit us by allowing us to learn and grow. Well wishes for a good virtual event.
Thank you, Mayor Manuel. Next up is Valmy with her song, Familiar.
Hello, my name is Valmy and I'm a singer-songwriter living in St. John's, and I'm really happy to be part of Share Our Culture's 21st anniversary celebration. I'm going to be playing one of my songs called Familiar. Took out my notebook notebook today. Fight what's been feeling wrong. Restlessly riding away with a will so strong. Passing the babies in fields, pausing to rest at the cart. Finding the right way to heal was the trickiest part. Familiar skin, I'm still breaking it in. Finally reaching the road, see her just past the parking lot. Over rope barricades, she's beautiful and never waits unless you catch her at the top. I can't look away, 'cause this force in my body has been lost for so many days. I've been spent, I've been sorry. Familiar view, I'm still loving like new, and I wanna make this feeling last. Sewing big blue in my dress, there's no fight to stay, but then feeling this way was more than I could have guessed. Familiar skin, familiar view, I'm still breaking it in, I'm still loving like new. Familiar skin, I'm still breaking it in, I'm still breaking it in. Familiar Took out my notebook today, look for a place I called home, hoping what's not in these pages are still in my bones.
Thanks, Valmy. That was beautiful. Next up, we're revisiting the 2019 event in Grand Falls, Windsor to see some cultural presentations.
Yes, this project is like a big adventure for us because it's amazing. This country, this school, it's everything new for us, and we are so happy for everything.
Yeah, and we are so happy to share our culture with everybody here, and it's a good opportunity, and yeah, enjoy our culture. This is Brazil.
This is everything. Thank you.
My name is Melissa, and I was born and raised in South Africa. Right here are the Mythology project, and we're going to be doing tribal art. But before we get into that, I just wanted to say that South Africa is actually a very diverse country. Most people think that South Africa there's going to be darker shades there, but no, there's actually a huge rainbow nation there that is full of different cultures, different religions, and different colors, and it's like one big happy family. So over here we got some tribal art. It has like base arts and tribal patterns. Each colors have different meaning to it. Each different pattern has a different meaning pushed under labels, like tells you the difference between tribes. And yeah, that's all I have today.
Bienvenue à CPM Nicolas, and welcome to CPM. We talked a little bit about this small holiday. This happens to land, though it is actually a birth brand.
Labrador. So, yeah. I'm here from the Halibu First Nation Band, and I'm a Mi'kmaq person who has been invited to share in culture today with the children in Exposed Valley High. So, thank you for having me. So, a little bit about a few things that I brought with me. Sacred hand drum. So we're giving students an opportunity to learn about the importance of the drum to our culture and to play songs. So I've gotten a few songs on my drum today, so thank you for that. And a few arts and crafts and items that I brought with me. We're talking to children today about the importance of sharing culture and the importance of being different, but still being important and as valued as other cultures. So I want to thank you for the invite today, and we hope you enjoyed your day.
It is the music I'll miss, and everything that we did. It is the fire inside, her deep green eyes. It lights my way in the morning. It lights my way in the evening. It lights my way every day. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ba 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 da da da. Ba 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 da da da. Ba 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 da da da. Ba da 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 da. Ba 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 da da da. It is the music I give. It's everything that I give. It is the fire inside. It's the brown eyes. It lights my way. In the morning, you catch me love. When I'm falling, it lights my every day. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ba 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 da da da. Ba 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 da da da. Ba 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 da da da. Ba da 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 da. Ba 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 da da da. Lights my way in the morning. It lights my way in the evening. It lights my way every day. Ooh, 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 ooh. It lights my way in the morning. You catch me, love. When I'm falling, it lights my way every day. Ooh, 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 ooh. It lights my way in the evening. It lights my way every day. Ooh, 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 ooh. It lights my way in the morning. You catch me, love. When I'm falling, it lights my way every day. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ba 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 da da da. Ba 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 da da da.
And so we come to the end of our 21st year anniversary celebration. We want to thank all those who have made the Sharing Our Cultures program possible. The program is funded in part by the Government of Canada and the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador. We would also like to thank Rogers TV, as students, performers, coordinators, advisory committees, our sponsors, and our numerous volunteers who have made this celebration special. Thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome to Sharing Our Cultures 2021. With a vision to connect culturally diverse school youth, foster belonging and acceptance among all school children, be relevant within the schools and province, and contribute towards an inclusive and cohesive society. Sharing Our Cultures will be celebrating its 21 years of sharing our culture. I am sure we all miss gathering in one venue, sharing our cultures, traditions, educating one another of our own cultural background, sharing food, and many more. This year, we are not given that option because of the pandemic, but we will celebrate it in a very 21st century way. This pandemic will not stop us. So today, I am presenting to you Mealy Mountain student participants in their filmed presentations and performances here in Happy Valley Goose Bay, Newfoundland and Labrador. Happy Valley Goose Bay is a town in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada, located in the central part of Labrador on the coast of Lake Melville and the Churchill River. The town of Happy Valley Goose Bay is home to a population of approximately 8,000 people, making it the 5th largest municipality in Newfoundland and Labrador and the largest Indigenous populated community in Labrador. Ours is a vibrant, diverse, and multicultural community with representation from the Innu, Inuit, and Métis, as well as Newfoundlanders, other Canadians, and non-Canadians. The town works in strong partnership with the Innu Nation, Nunavut government, and the Nunavut Community Council. As the only location in Labrador where road, sea, and air services all come together with quality infrastructure, Happy Valley Goose Bay is proud to be the hub of Labrador. Let's now welcome the principal of Mealy Mountain Collegiate, Ms. Jennifer White.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jennifer White. I'm the principal at Mealy Mountain Collegiate in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to our presentations for Sharing Our Cultures. On this, the 21st anniversary of Sharing Our Cultures, it's very fitting to be doing something very 21st century, such as having a virtual celebration. Good luck to everyone who participated.
And to start this celebration of cultures, let's first welcome the Labrador Inuit drum dance. for our first presentation, let's now welcome Amanda Oline Kabanayan, representing Japan.
Konnichiwa, yori chinichi. My name is Amanda Olina Kabanayan. I was born in the Philippines and I currently live in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, Newfoundland and Labrador. I attend Mealy Mountain in 8th grade and I will be representing Japan. Japan is an island country in East Asia. This is what it looks like on the world map. It's right next to Russia and north of Pacific Ocean. This is its flag. At one point it was an icon of a sun, but they simplified it to a red dot. This is Mount Fuji. This is the tallest volcano in Japan, and it's known for its symmetrical shape. Origami. It's the art of folding paper. Kimonos. As you can see, I am wearing one, and so is my uncle and aunt. This is their traditional and national garment. Sakura trees, also known as Japanese cherries. It's Japan's national flower, and it's also a popular girl name. Omiyage. It's to bring a gift or souvenir to families, friends, or co-workers after traveling or going on vacation. Anime and manga. It's rather popular around the whole world, and some well-known animes are Naruto, Koe no Katachi, Attack on Titan, Detective Conan, Demon Slayer, Hunter x Hunter, and a lot more. Shinto shrines. It's a place to hold or keep sacred items that are not meant for worship. Public transport, manners. Everyone waits in line patiently while waiting for the passengers to get off the train so then they can get on in an orderly fashion. Sumo wrestling. It's national sport. Vending machines. Japan has some rather strange vending machines. You can find ones selling kittens, puppies, fresh fruits, hot meals, flowers, and a lot more. Bowing when greeting others. It's a way to show respect when greeting someone new. And removing shoes before entering homes. It's a way to show respect to the house and homeowners for keeping the house clean. And that is it. I hope you learned something new or found entertainment in this. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please take care. Sayonara.
And for the next presentation, let's welcome Andrea Balaan, representing Singapore.
Hi, good day. I'm Andrea Balaan. I live in Happy Valley, Goose Bay. I am studying at Mealy Mountain Collegiate, and I am representing Singapore. Singapore is known in 3 different names: the Lion City, the Little Red Dot, and the Falling City. Singapore, known as the Lion City, gets its name from the Malay word Singa, which means lion, and Pura, which means city. The red dot symbol may have the brand attribute of minuscule in size, but it also possesses the brand attribute of powerful. Singapore has become known as a small but powerful and rich nation state. The red dot ultimately is an oxymoron. Dot as small but red as a significant nation in the big world out there. It also takes a lot of discipline for its government and citizens to make it impeccably clean. The state is considered to be the cleanest and greenest metropolis in Asia. Singapore is filled with signs, so as CCTV. There are safety signs everywhere. They intend to keep you residents and tourists alike in line. You need to follow Singapore's rules on a myriad of stuff so that you don't have to be at the receiving end of the country's infamous fine system. In a bid to make citizens follow these lofty goals, the government imposed fines on smoking, flower picking, bird feeding, speeding, water wasting, etc. People of Singapore. Singapore is multiracial and multicultural country with ethnic Chinese, 76.2% of the citizen population. Malays 15%, and ethnic Indians 7.4%. Chinese Singaporeans make up the majority of the population. Their houses. Public housing in Singapore is managed by the State Housing and Development Board, which HDB, under a 99-year lease. The majority of the residential housing developments in Singapore are publicly government and developed and home to approximately 80% of the resident population. These flats are located in housing estates, which are self-contained satellite towns which well maintained schools, malls, supermarkets, community hospitals, clinics, hawker centers, which is food court, and sports recreational facilities. Every housing estate includes MRT station and bus stops that link residents to other parts of the city-state. Some estates are also complemented by smaller LRT stations which act as a feeder service to the MRT. Infrastructure. From the experience of Singapore, infrastructure is clearly central of socio-economic advancement, an efficient infrastructure and facilitates delivery of information, goods and services, supports an economic growth and assists in achieving social objectives, such as raising the living standards and educational levels. Charging sites, Gardens by the Bay, Universal Studios Singapore, and Marina Bay Sands facing Singapore Flyers. Gardens by the Bay, 3 beautiful waterfront gardens, Bay South Garden, Bay East Garden, and Bay Central Garden. 1 national icons of Singapore, developed in 2005 to 2012, includes such amazing structures as the Flower Dome, world's largest columnless glass house with Mediterranean climate, super trees growth, 25 to 50 meters tall tree-like structures, vertical gardens, the amazing cloud forest dome, and others. Marina Bay Sands, world's most expensive building with the cost of its development reaching $5.7 billion USD. Construction was completed in 2011 and involved a number of innovative technologies. This iconic building consists of 355-floor hotel towers topped with a single structure. Sky Park at the height of 200 meters. Sky Park includes the unique Infinity Edge swimming pool with breathtaking views on the city from this pool. Universal Studios Singapore. It's a theme park located within resorts World Sentosa on Sentosa Island, Singapore. It features 28 rides, shows and attraction in 7 theme zones. It is the second Universal Studios theme park to open in Asia, Japan being the first, and the first in Southeast Asia. In just a few short decades, Singapore has transformed itself from a tiny island off the coast of mainland Asia into a global superpower in banking, IT, education, biotech, transportation, and many other fields. The fascinating story of how this tiny city-state, which has no hinterland and no natural resources and relatively small population, has achieved success. Last but not the least, this airport has been awarded the best airport 8 times because of its features. Hotel at the airport, movie theater, swimming pool, butterfly garden, entertainment deck. Changi Airport offers many green spaces in its terminals, including the cactus, water lily, orchid, and sunflower gardens. There's airport wellness oasis in Changi Airport's Terminal 3. Is home to the slide at T3, the country's tallest slide and the world's tallest slide located in an airport. The slide, which is 4 stories tall, allows users to reach speeds of up to 6 meters per second. I have a lot more to share, but today I will leave it all to you to check how amazing Singapore is. And thank you for all the time, and I hope you're all safe and healthy. And I'm Andrea Malan, signing out. Peace out.
And for this presentation, let's now welcome the grade 9, headed by Zayanara Mijares, Chris Maria Lavrador, Dane Lynn Swan, Luis Elvis Tawang, Jean Ashley Catario, Diane Valentino, Jean Allison Clotario, Rob Edward Alvarez, Ivan Bacalyan, Erwin Maximus Panirgo. They are presenting Philippine Mythical Creatures.
Maing buntag kaninyong tanan, ako si Chris Maria Lavador, taga Happy Valley Goose Bay, gikan sa Danao City, Cebu, Philippines.
Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ang pangalan ko ay Rob Alvarez at nanggaling ako sa Pasig City, Philippines.
Maayong buntag sa inyong tanan. Ako ay si Dane Swan, taga Happy Valley Goose Bay, gikan ko sa Davao City, Philippines.
Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ako ay si Ziana Mijares, galing sa Batangas, Philippines. Ngayon ay nakatira sa Happy Valley Goose Bay, Canada.
And we are grade 9 students from Mealy Mountain Collegiate.
Myths and legends serve as a way of explaining things that may have caught the human eye. Each country has a set of myths and legends to serve as these explanations. In this presentation, we are going to discuss creatures born from Filipino mythology.
Diwata. Compared to other Philippine folklore identities, like the aswang or tikbalang, the Diwata doesn't cause fear to people. A Diwata is a type of deity or spirit. According to the Tagbanwa mythology, the Diwatas are considered similar to the Bathala and Kanlaon, meaning they're the prime creators of both the world and human beings. By the time the Spanish came to the Philippines, the most commonly used meaning of the term Diwata had been reduced from goddess to dryad-like spirit. They are now more commonly known as the guardian spirits of nature, casting blessings or curses upon those who brought benefits or harm to the forests and mountains.
The White Lady is a ghost that is said to wear a white dress. She is sometimes compared to the Grim Reaper, as she is considered by many as a harbinger of death. The cause of her death was murder, and she now haunts a part of Quezon City known as Balete Drive, so she could get others to join her in her suffering. She particularly haunts motorists who work at night, but anyone, even small children, could be a victim. This myth dates back to the 1950s. With this myth being less than a century old, and being one of the earliest Filipino myths there are, this is one of the more commonly said mythical creatures in the Philippines.
Duende. Duendes are little elves in Filipino mythology. They are known to be quite small and look similar to the common image of an elf or a goblin. Duendes are known to have magical powers that can grant people good luck or bad luck. Nowadays, they are still believed by many and are said to live on houses, trees, and termite moons, or underground. They are known to be either good or mischievous and are known to take things from humans since they find it funny when they hide items and the humans try to look for them. Usually, when passing by what are believed to be homes of the duendes, humans would mutter "tabi-tabi po" as a way of excusing themselves and asking for forgiveness from the duendes for bothering them. They would also leave food behind so the residing duende would not be angry and cause mischief.
Aswang. Aswang is an umbrella term for various shape-shifting evil creatures in Filipino folklore, such as vampires, ghouls, witches, viscera, suckers, and werebeasts. The aswang is the subject of a wide variety of myths, stories, arts, and films, as it is well known throughout the Philippines. Unlike vampires, aswangs are considered daywalkers because they are not harmed by sunlight. However, they are weakest during day because they do not possess their superhuman strength. During the day, aswangs have bloodshot eyes because they stayed up all night long searching for houses where wakes are being held so they can steal bodies. They only hunt in the darkness because they believe that is when God is asleep. Aswangs are similar to humans. They experience a wide range of emotions, from anger to sadness, to humiliation to happiness. They can form friendship and will never cause harm to their friends and neighbors. Aswangs are usually depicted as females. They frequently walk with their feet positioned backwards, and they can use vocal tricks to disguise themselves. They will get quieter and quieter to fool their victims into thinking they are walking further away and establish a false sense of safety. Aswang live as quiet, shy villagers. These are two types of aswangs. This one right here is one of the more classic portrayal of aswang. Whilst this type of aswang, the manananggal, can separate into two parts. The lower half of the body stays behind, while the other hunts for unborn children.
Tikbalang. The tikbalang is a creature of Philippine folklore said to lurk in the mountains and forests of the Philippines. It is tall, bony humanoid creature with the head and hooves of a horse, and disproportionately long limbs to the point that its knees reach above its head when it squats down. These creatures scare travelers, lead them astray, and play tricks on them, such as making them return to an arbitrary path no matter how far they go or turn. Another one of its tricks is its ability to shapeshift into a relative, friend, or someone closely associated with the traveler. There is a way to protect yourselves from the tikbalangs. One is that you can wear your shirt inside out. Another way is to ask loudly for permission to pass by a known tikbalang lair, or by moving silently through the forest so as not to disturb or upset them in any way.
San Telmo. Stories of San Telmo or San Tilmo say that it is the spirit of a man who has died near a river, lake, ocean, or during heavy rains. The lost soul appears as a ball of fire, and some says it seeks revenge on those who may have done him wrong, while others claim the soul is seeking peace. The San Telmo or Saint Elmo's fire is a creature of Philippine mythology. The term San Telmo is the shortened form of Tagalog words Apoy ni San Elmo. Saint Elmo's fire has long served as an omen of heavenly intervention to sailors. In The Creature of Midnight, Dr. Maximo Ramos states Tagalogs, Visayans, and other Filipinos call it San Telmo. It is a ball of fire in fields and swamps. It bounces along and rolls away. It changes to a beast with fire in its mouth. Travelers and fishermen follow it at night. They walk and walk till they are tired out. Then they cannot find their way home. They walk into deep mud and thorny bushes. They get dizzy and become insane. They must reverse their clothes to send it away. Then they can find their way home. More recent versions of the San Telmo story says the flaming balls of light are children who are not baptized before their death.
Taking these into account, we hope that you have learned more about our culture through the stories we tell. Learning other cultures can help everyone see just how similar we all are.
This is Chris Maria Alvador,
Dane Swan,
Rob Alvarez,
and Zayanar Mijares,
saying thank you for your time and attention.
Let's clap our hands to the next presentation, Punjabi Culture by Shine Bajwa, followed by her dance performance.
Introduction to Punjabi Culture by Shine Bajwa. Myself. Hi, my name is Shine Bajwa. I am 17 years old, studying in 12th grade. I live with my family in Labrador. I am from Amritsar, Punjab, India. I was raised and born there, and I came to Canada when I was 14 years old. I am going to share my culture and how we celebrate family function in the next few slides. So Punjabi culture is the best culture I have ever seen. It is so cool and colorful and fun. And the food, it's the best. The best thing I like about my culture is the wearing colorful clothes and having functions and eating delicious different kind of food. Dancing, getting together, it's all so amazing. We had a little get together where we all were together, like my family and my uncles and aunts, which I will show you in next slide. So this is my uncle and my dad. Men's clothing and appearance. So this was my dad and my uncle sitting on the couch, and they were wearing kurta pajama in white color. Kurta pajama also can be in different color, it doesn't matter. But this appearance shows the cultural clothing of Punjabi culture. Men and boys, doesn't matter what the age is, to wear kurta pajama. And also my dad is in the center. He's wearing a turban on his head, which is also very important part of Punjabi and Sikh religion. In our religion, some guys wear turban because long ago our God said that it's respect to keep the turban on head, to keep the hairs, not to cut them, and also not to show them in the public. This is me. I will show women's clothes and appearance. This is me wearing a suit which is officially called a Punjabi suit, and there are three parts of this Punjabi suit. First, there is a long shirt called kameez, and then there's bottom called salwar, and then in last I am wearing the pink thing over it, which is called chunni. And all together, when you wear this outfit, you become a Punjabi kudi, is known as brown girl. And also, if you want, you can add some jewelry with it, like heavy earrings, bangles, anklets, and necklace as well. And this is my family. This is my dad in the left, and then there's my uncle's son, and then there's me, and then my cousin sister, and then mom, and then my brother in the right, and then down in front of me, little girl is also my uncle's daughter. And then there's the food, the Punjabi culture food. This is delicious Punjabi food. The main things that we eat in our lunch or dinner is like roti and sabji. So in this picture there are 4 sabjis, 1 roti, and salad, rice, and dahi, which is also known as yogurt. So sabji is basically like curry with some vegetables and soup type thing. And the roti is like tortillas or naans, which you can easily get from any grocery store. And rotis are also made of wheat. And there is dahi, which is called yogurt in English. We also have rice with vegetables on it to make it look good and taste good. And this is the group picture of my aunts, my mom, dad, and my uncles and their son. And the message for hope for this pandemic, I would like to say that just like there are good times, there are bad times. So I believe that everything's going to be normal soon, and nothing lasts forever. So this virus will also not. And everything is already getting better. Just a little more patience, and then everything is the same and normal. Then we can travel like normal, and then someday we will say, remember those masks we will used to wear, and then we will laugh. Just take care of yourself and your surroundings. Stay safe and keep your environment safe. Thank you, and बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद सारा सारिਆਂ ਦਾ. Thank you so much.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. ओए चलती जवानी तेरी मार दिए चलना नखरे तेरे दा बाप मान के निकलना ओए मोटी मोटी अख तेरी करती जरारता टोटी वाला दिल तेरा मारदा है मल्ला ओए मुंडे अज सारे पासे तेरे चर्चे मुंडे अज सारे पासे तेरे चर्चे टांग ना खड़क के जा दे होली होली किते विच नच बदलोनी तेरा लक ना मरोड़ा खा जा
For our second performance, let's welcome back Amanda Oline Kabanayan in her Japanese song number.
いつから私こんな風に我慢強くならっていたんだろう子供の頃から泣き虫だってバカにされたのに内緒にしていてねなんて残酷な言葉叫び声が積んでくありふれてるはずの未来には遠くて誰に聞かずともわかるあいつのもとへは届きやしないどこにたどり着けばいいわからなくてただすがりすて毎日なくなろうかってそのおめしんですあふれれど消えない変わりたい
For our next performance, let us please welcome Vanessa Galton in her Korean song number.
Hi guys, I'm Vanessa and I'm going to be representing Korea for the Sharing Our Cultures. I'm going to be singing a song by Lee Hee called Breathe. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip.
당신의 가슴 연적이 잘리게 조금은 아파올 때까지 숨을 더 배도봐요. 당신의 안에 남은 게 없다고 느껴질 때까지 숨이 벅차 올라도 괜찮나요? 아무 괜찮아 따뜻하진 않아 가끔은 실수해도 돼 누구는 그랬으니까 괜찮다는 말뿐인 위로지만 누군가의 한숨 누군가 웃음을 내가 어떻게 이해할 수가 있을까요? 누군가의 한숨 눈이 풀릴 순 없겠지만 괜찮아요. 내가 알아줄게요.
And for the last performance, serenading us with a Filipino song by Chris Maria Lavador and Pope Gwim.
Ang galing-galing mo sumayaw, mapabugi man o cha-cha, ngunit ang paborito ay ang pagsayaw mo ng El Bimbo. Nakakainda, nakakaanib, nakakatindi, balahibo. Galing sa eskwela ay didiretso na sa inyo. Ang maghapon ay tinuturuan mo ako.
Before we end this program, let's hear a short message of hope from SOC's teacher support in Mealy Mountain Collegiate, Mr. David Emery.
Hi, my name is Dave Emery, and I'm lucky enough to get to work with these students here in Goose Bay. At MMC, we are blessed with a great group of students from all over the world. And you know, one thing that COVID has taught us is that we are all in this together. We need this diversity as we face new challenges. Through hard work, worldwide cooperation, we are finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, no doubt, it has been a long, hard journey. However, we have all traveled this one together, and having done that, we know there are better days ahead.
Hello, I'm Gander Mayor Percy Farwell. Although I'd much rather be doing this again in person, we all understand why that can't happen during the coronavirus pandemic. But I would like to take this time to acknowledge and congratulate you on your participation in the Sharing Our Cultures program at GC. Cultural diversity is a key ingredient that enriches our community, and creating cultural awareness and understanding is so important to promoting tolerance and acceptance of each other, and awakening an appreciation for the value and beauty of a diverse community. And while it is so important and valuable to share your culture with others so that they may be able to better understand it, in fact, sometimes describing our cultural heritage to others helps us become more aware and appreciative of who we are ourselves. So thank you to your teachers and program organizers and sponsors, and thank you to each and every one of you for sharing your cultures with us all. And once we've put this pandemic in the rearview mirror, I look forward to more face-to-face contact and learning about and experiencing the various cultural influences in our community firsthand. Until then, congratulations on your efforts in this program, best wishes as you continue your studies at GC, and above all, stay safe.
Hello everyone, my name is Greg Drover and I'm the principal of Gander Collegiate. Welcome to Sharing Our Cultures 2021. Last year we had planned to host this event and invite grade 6 students in Central to join us at our great school. Through our coordinator, Ms. Audrey Taj, and a host of volunteers, we arranged a wide variety of presentations and activities representing cultures from all around the world. We were so looking forward to this great sharing and learning experience with you. Then COVID-19 entered our lives, and we were told to stay within our bubbles, stay home, and stay safe. Even though a global pandemic made us isolate, we found means and ways to support and care for each other. During this time, we didn't stop to consider our differences. We were all in this together, and we were all one big global community. Our aim was unified in a struggle to stamp out COVID-19. Sharing our culture stems from the same unifying philosophy, in that if we can communicate, listen, and learn about each other, we can stamp out negative prejudices and biases. It emphasizes that we are all one people, and through listening and experiencing the beautiful diversities of our cultures, we can learn to understand and appreciate one another. Imagine a world in which we no longer see what makes us different, but one in which we see what makes us the same. If that happens, imagine all the problems we can solve together. COVID-19 wouldn't stand a chance. Climate change, peace in our time, racism, diseases, hunger, poverty, plastics in our oceans, the list goes on. Because we are stronger together than we are apart. So please join us as we share our cultures with you, and we all strive to make this world a better place. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ben Taj. I am a grade 11 student at Gander Collegiate. I was born in Gander. My parents immigrated to Canada from Ireland in 2002. My mom is Irish and my dad is Pakistani. I'm going to show you some of Ireland's ancient ruins. I've visited Ireland many times, and these are just a few places I visited. I hope you enjoy the show. Ireland is an island in the North Atlantic Ocean. It is situated on the west of Europe. The island is divided into Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. It has a whole island population of 6.6 million, with 4.8 million people living in the Republic and 1.8 people living in Northern Ireland. The Hill of Tara is an ancient ceremonial and burial site in Boyne Valley in County Meath. It was once an ancient seat of power in Ireland. In 433 AD, St. Patrick is said to come to Tara to confront the pagans at their most powerful site. The name Tara is said to mean a place of great prospect, and indeed, on that day, it is claimed that half the counties of Ireland can be seen from the top. From the top of the hill, the brilliant white courts from Newgrange can be seen. There are many ancient monuments on the hill of Tara. The most famous is the Stone of Destiny. It was used as the coronation stone for the High Kings of Ireland. It is said to roar when touched by the rightful King of Tara. The Mound of Hostages is a megalithic passage home. It was used for burials from as early the Neolithic period to the 1600s to 1700s BC. There are an estimated 250 to 500 bodies buried in the mound. Newgrange is a Stone Age passage tomb in Boyne Valley in County Meath. It was constructed about 5,200 years ago, but makes it older than the Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids of Giza. Newgrange is a large circular mound with a stone passageway and 3 chambers inside. The mound is ringed by 97 large curbstones, some of which are engraved with symbols called megalithic art. Newgrange is best known for its illumination of its passage and chambers by the winter solstice sun. At the dawn on December 21st, the sunlight enters the chamber through an opening over the entrance called a roof box. It is thought to bring renewed life and prosperity. Stretching across North County Clare in south of Ireland, the rocky Burren region is unique striated lunar-like landscape of barren grey limestone. There are 250 square kilometers of exposed limestone and 560 square kilometers in total. The cracks in the limestone pavement which give the burn its strange appearance are called grikes, and the result of thousands of years of erosion. There are many caves and mountains which were formed when the glaciers that sculpted the hills began to melt at the end of the last ice age. The Alui Caves are best known. They were discovered in 1944 by a farmer, but he did not tell anyone about them till 1974. Samples of the formations in the caves have been dated to be over 355,000 years old. At the heart of the burn is the Pool na Brón dolmen, also known as the Hole of Sora. It is probably the most iconic of Ireland's megalithic structures. It is only one of 10 Irish dolmens to have been excavated and was found to contain the remains of 21 people. Glendalough in County Wicklow is home to one of the most monastic sites in Ireland. This early Christian monastic settlement was founded by St. Kevin in the 6th century, and from this developed the monastic city. Most of the buildings that survived are from the 10th through 12th century. The gateway is Ireland's only surviving example of a medieval entrance to an early monastic city. This structure was really 2-storied with 2 fine granite arches. The Cathedral of St. Peter's and St. Paul is the largest of 7 churches in Glendalough. It was built in the 10th century through the early 13th century. St. Kevin's Cross is carved from a single granite stone. It is decorated with circles representing the sun. Legend says that anyone who can wrap their arms around the entire width of the cross will have their wishes granted. The most famous of all landmarks in Glendalough is the Round Tower. It was built almost 1,000 years ago by the monks of St. Kevin's Monastery. The tower is mainly used as a bell tower. It is also used as a hiding place for the monks when the monastery was under attack, as a lookout, and as a beacon for approaching monks and pilgrims. It was attacked by the Vikings many times. Glendalough thrived as one of Ireland's great ecclesiastical schools until the Normans destroyed the monastery in 1214 AD. Skellig Michael is 13 kilometers off the Kerry coast and is situated on a barren, rocky island. Built in 800 AD, the tiny monastery was built at the top of the 600 stone steps. 6 beehive huts where the monks lived and 2 rectangular oratories where they prayed were built of dry stone on a cliff edge around a small garden area. They are surprisingly well preserved despite being exposed to the harsh Atlantic Sea. Skellig Michael was used as a film location for Star Wars The Force Awakens. Stone circles are a feature of West Cork and Kerry. They are oriented to the setting sun at the winter solstice. Drumbeg Stone Circle has 17 stones and is the biggest and most complete of the earliest Bronze Age remains. The burial site at its center has been carbon dated to 1124 to 794 BC. According to local legends, the rocky cashel appeared when the devil took a bite out of the mountain known as the Devil's Bit, a mountain 20 miles north of Cashel, and spat it out. It landed in the middle of Tipperary and became known as the Rock of Cashel. It was built in the 5th century, but most of the remaining buildings were built in the 12th and 13th century. The largest remaining building is St. Patrick's Cathedral. King Ingus, Ireland's first ever Christian ruler, who has said to be baptized here in 432 AD by St. Patrick, Brian Boru, the only Irish king to ever unite the entire island for any length of time, was also crowned at the Rock in 990. It was once the seat of the High King of Munster, King Cormac MacCarthy. Cormac's Chapel was built in the early 12th century. It is the earliest example of Romanesque architecture in Ireland. The chapel has the oldest staircase in Ireland and some of the best preserved frescoes from that period. At the back of Cormac's Chapel sits an ancient sarcophagus that is said to hold the body of King Cormac's brother, Tig. The coffin is engraved with intricate details of 2 intertwining beads that are said to grant eternal life. The castle was built in 1450 by James Butler, 4th Earl of Ormond. Around 1695, the Butlers sold the land to an English family called Carden from Cheshire. The castle was accidentally destroyed by a fire in 1740 and is now known as the Black Castle. Today, all that remains are the castle's ruins and that of its church. St. Mary's Church was included in John Carden's town plan for Templemore of 1770 and was remodeled in 1820. The church is still used today.
Hello, this is my submission to the Sharing Our Cultures program. In this video presentation, I'll be presenting to you Iraq. First of all, the Iraqi flag consists of 3 main colors: red, white, and black, as well as the color green. These colors are commonly seen in the flags of other Arab countries. In the middle are the words Allahu Akbar, meaning God is greatest. In terms of location, Iraq is located in the Middle East and is surrounded by 6 other countries: Iran, Turkey, Syria, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait. The country is not landlocked, as it has a small coast on the Arabian, sometimes referred to as the Persian, Gulf. Surprisingly, Iraq has a square area of 440,000 kilometers squared, around the same as that of Newfoundland and Labrador. Yet, despite this, it has a population of 39.3 million people, greater than that of Canada. The 2 official languages of Iraq are Arabic and Kurdish. Other regional languages are Assyrian, Turkish, and Armenian. Around 65% of the population of Iraq is Shia Muslim, 30% is Sunni Muslim, and the rest are of other religious affiliation, such as Christians or Yazidis. Some major cities are Kirkuk, Basra, Najaf, Erbil, Mosul, and the capital, Baghdad. Officially, Iraq is a federal, parliamentary, representative, democratic republic. Finally, life expectancy in Iraq is around 71 years. And with that, we conclude this section. Section 2. Culture. It is not hard to find examples of when culture thrives in Iraq. One place where this holds true is the food. Some common Iraqi foods are dolma, biryani, kleche, kebab, miskoof, shawarma, quzi, baklawa, and kanafa. Some important Iraqis are Nazim al-Ghazali, Muhammad al-Qabanchi, Jawad Salim, Zaha Hadid, Hammurabi. Ancient Iraq or Mesopotamia has many connections to the Abrahamic religions, and is the birthplace of many prophets, like Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. The national animal is chukar partridge and the goat. The most popular sport is soccer, and some popular monuments are Al-Mutanabi statue, Al-Shahid monument, Unknown soldier monument, Ziggurat of Ur, Arabia citadel, and Ashur. Also, here are some pictures that I took 2 summers ago last time I was in Baghdad. A cool antique car, another cool antique car, a view from a fancy restaurant looking over the Dijla, a cool glowing building called Jeddah Center, Iraqi Cinema Max, probably the best one, the Liberation Monument. And with that, we move on to my favorite section, the history section. Section 3, History. If I were to ask you, what is the most important natural resource possessed by Iraq, you would likely respond with oil. Historically, you'd be wrong. The most important natural resource possessed by Iraq from very ancient history up to recently has been the 2 rivers, Tigris and Euphrates, also known in Arabic as Al-Dijla wal-Furat. These 2 rivers provided irrigation for ancient civilizations, and they helped create what we now know as the Fertile Crescent. It is due to this that the first ever civilization in the world appeared in ancient Iraq at around 4000 BCE, or 6,000 years ago. This means that the founding of the ancient city of Rome is closer to the moon landing than it is to the appearance of ancient Mesopotamian civilization. You might ask, what is the significance of this Fertile Crescent, or more specifically, of the agriculture that it managed to bring with it? You might ask, why now, all of a sudden, as humans began to farm, they also began to live in cities, govern, read, write, create organized religion, do taxes, etc. For this section, I'll break this down point by point. Living together. When humans were hunting and gathering, they had to constantly be on the move and live in small populations. Only when farming was first discovered in the fertile valley of Mesopotamia did the conditions finally fall into place for civilization to appear and thrive. Some ancient Mesopotamian cities are Ur, Uruk, Nippur, Lagash, and Assur. Sharing ideas and technology. Now that everyone was living together, it was only a matter of time before ideas were shared and the process was improved. The wheel was created, oxen were used for plows, and people made a system to govern. More broadly, the ancient Mesopotamians made huge contributions to science, math, literature, and many other subject areas. They are the reason, for example, as to why we have 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour. Reading and writing. The first writing in human history was created as a result of the need to be able to record information, like taxes and records. Unsurprisingly, the first ever system of writing in human history was created in ancient Mesopotamia. It was around this time and with this system of writing that the first ever known great works of literature was written, the Epic of Gilgamesh. And as a small note, not everyone could read or write, as it was hard to learn and teach, and so it was a privilege afforded to the elite. Society. A king, often the high priest, took power, and a hierarchy and social system were created. It is no surprise that the religious leaders of the time became kings, as they were thought to be able to avert disaster by pleasing the gods. Of course, with farming, there was a surplus of food, and so people took to other jobs, like scribes, merchants, soldiers, blacksmiths, herders, priests, etc. Now that some people and jobs were more important than others, the classic trend and flaw of human society became apparent, that not everyone was equal. Law and order. With society, government, and writing came laws. Many Sumerian Assyrian, and Akkadian kings wrote laws to keep order and peace. However, it was in the ancient city of Babylon that more specific and clear laws were written. These laws were written by a great king called Hammurabi, and so they were to be known as the Great Code of Hammurabi. There were 282 laws, and in some cases, punishments were very severe. For example, if a noble person broke the arm of a slave, they would have to pay a fine. If they broke the arm of another noble person, they would have their arm broken. Also, if you were to hurt someone's relative, you would not be punished, but your relative would be hurt. This system of governing obviously does not sit well today, as you may have heard the famous saying, an eye for an eye and the world goes blind. And that's it, a brief summary of ancient Mesopotamia. You can learn more on your own time. Section 4. Broad History. In this section, I will summarize some major landmark events that led from ancient Mesopotamia to modern Iraq. It all starts around 4000 BCE with the foundation of Sumerian city-states in Mesopotamia. Skip over 1,000 years and you'll see that writing and the wheel have already been established. Around this time, the city of Ur was the dominant power, likely ruled by Gilgamesh. Akkadians ruled the region. Elamites capture Ur. The Assyrian Empire grows strong in the north. Hammurabi is the king of Babylon, and he writes his famous code. Nineveh is the capital of Assyria, and a great library is built there. The region is conquered by Cyrus the Great, Alexander the Great, and then the Parthians by the start of the Christian calendar. Then comes the Romans, Sassanids, and finally the Muslim conquest by 646. Baghdad is established and is the center of the Muslim Empire. Many advances in science are made. The Mongols attack and Baghdad is sacked. The Ottomans conquer the region. The Ottomans collapse and Iraq is a British mandate. Iraq gains independence. Iraq joins the Arab League and the Arab-Israeli War. The Ba'athist Party takes over. Saddam Hussein takes power. Iran-Iraq War begins. Results are devastating and hundreds of thousands die on both sides. First Gulf War begins after the invasion of Kuwait. Iraq loses. The Second Gulf War begins. Iraqi government is toppled. Move over to now. The situation is under high tension but is slowly improving. People continue to live their lives and move on. Conclusion. In conclusion, Iraq is a beautiful and diverse country. The contributions and significance of the region is unfathomed. The future looks bright, and thank you for listening to my submission.
Hi, Corner Brook Regional High. It's Mayor Jim Parsons here at City Hall. I know this year is a little different for all of us, especially you guys in high school, but I'm hopeful that things will get better soon and get back to normal soon, and we can celebrate things like sharing our cultures in person. Today I just wanted to talk to you a little about multiculturalism in our community. Look, Corner Brook may seem like a very homogeneous, white city. Well, it's not, and it really doesn't come from that background. Myself, I'm a member of the Halibut Band, and of course the Mi'kmaq and the Beothiks and others have inhabited this place for centuries. When Corner Brook was initially founded, we had families from the British Isles, of course, but we had families as well from parts of the Middle East. For example, you'll recognize names in our community: Basha, Solo, Tuma, Alteen. We have many Jewish, Lebanese, and Syrian families that names that still exist here in our community today, and we have many residents that still live here. Also, we have families that came here from Germany. We have families that came here from, well, many parts of the world to work at our post-secondary institutions, at our hospital, and other places. We also have families that come from places like the Philippines that work here today. It's a really rich community from a multicultural perspective, and it's a better community because of that. Getting the perspective of people all over our world, well, it makes our place a better place. It makes us a better place from an economic perspective. It also makes us a better place just from a kindness and a social perspective. I think we get a better understanding of the needs of our entire world because we have many cultures sharing our space. So thank you for having me. Thank you for taking part in this celebration. It is a celebration, and hopefully we will welcome more and more people from all over our world to our little city. Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Good day. Welcome to our virtual Sharing Our Cultures event. This year is kind of different in that we are not in school physically, and a lot of things about school are changed. Of course, this event has changed as well. But on behalf of the staff and students of our school, we want to welcome you to Sharing Our Cultures event. We've put a lot of work into this. I know we missed last year's event as well, and this year is, again, a different event, but certainly the value of sharing our cultures is important. And we see from our own students who have visited from other countries the value they bring to us, their language, their culture, their experiences, and in the interaction between our students and students from away. There's so much substance, so much they bring and add to our school. So again, on behalf of Corner Brook Regional High, I want to welcome you to this event and hope you participate and enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Helena, and today I would like to share a little bit of my culture with you. So welcome to England, or Blighty as the British lovingly refer to it as. England is a small island situated on the northwest of the European continent, and its name comes from the word England used in the Middle Ages. And here's its flag. The St. George's Cross, which is a red cross on a white background. And St. George was a dragon slayer. So for a small country, it's steeped in history, tradition, and steeped tea. And the average English person drinks 876 cups of tea per year. So that's over their 2 per day. The currency is the pound. And they're a tornado capital of the world, believe it or not. They love their fish and chips and other funny sounding food like toad in a hole and beef Wellington, as well as bangers and mash, which is sausages and mashed potato. It's home to Queen Elizabeth II, who's the longest reigning British monarch. England has gifted us with a lot of things, including people such as Queen Elizabeth II, William Shakespeare, Elton John, Freddie Mercury, the Beatles, Sir Isaac Newton, and Stephen Hawking, as well as fictional characters such as Harry Potter, James Bond, and Sherlock Holmes. They love their castles and have approximately 1,500 city sites. It has iconic sites like the Tower Bridge, which is often confused for London Bridge, but that's totally different. The double-decker bus, the London Eye, as well as the Big Ben clock tower, which I've been to all of them. So they love their sports and invented games like rowing, table tennis, cricket, rugby, squash, and soccer, as well as great inventors come from there and gave us the programmable computer, the television, the smallpox vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine, and the World Wide Web. So, yeah, so that's about it for England. I hope you enjoyed listening to me a little bit, and I really hope that if you have an opportunity to go there, you should definitely take it. All right.
Hi, my name is Chloe Reed, and today I will be interviewing Hala.
Hi, my name is Hala Al-Shubli. I live in Edmonton. I used to be a student at Cornerbrook Regional High.
Today, can you please share with us your story of how you moved from Syria to Canada?
I lived in Syria for 9 years, and then the war started in Syria. I moved to Jordan. I lived in Jordan for 4 years. Then I moved to Canada when I was 15 years old.
And next, can you please tell us what the main language spoken in Syria is?
In Syria, we speak Arabic most of the time.
And can you please speak Arabic for us?
Yes, I would like to say that. I will say hello in Arabic, which is marhaba.
And next, can you please describe Syria?
Syria is a very beautiful country. The people in Syria are close to each other. You get to know your neighborhood and stuff.
Oh, what are some of the biggest differences between Canada and Syria?
The big difference between Syria and Canada is the language. English and Arabic are very different.
Yes.
Yeah. The weather also is different.
Yeah. And what is one of your favorite memories from Syria?
I remember in Syria when I went to school for first time when I was in grade 1.
Yeah.
It felt like an amazing day.
And what do you miss most about Syria?
I miss my family, and I also miss my friend in Syria. I just want to see them.
So, and is there anything you'd like to add?
Yes, I just want to say I miss Cornerbrook very much. I miss the people there, and I will be happy to see you guys again.
Well, we'll be happy to see you again soon. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, Hala, for doing this interview.
You're welcome.
Culture we are doing is Newfoundland.
The Newfoundland flag was created by 1980 by Newfoundland artist Christopher Pratt.
A traditional meal of Newfoundland is Jig's dinner, which is potatoes, carrot, cabbage, turnip, salt beef, and gravy. Sometimes includes turkey and dressing.
The southwester was used by a fisherman years ago while they were fishing.
Some Newfoundland singers are the Navigators, Buddy What's His Name, Great Big Sea, Semini, and the Irish Descendants.
The Mummers People would dress in silly costume and go hairstyles at Christmas time and sing it dances. Some people call them Jamies.
Everyone, my name is Irene Lau, and I'm really happy to be here today to introduce my country for Diversity Club. And before we get started, I would like to introduce myself first. I am a Taiwanese Canadian. I was born in Vancouver, BC, but I grew up in Taiwan. So for today, I made a little presentation about Taiwan. Let's start off with some general information about Taiwan. Taiwan is an island country in East Asia. It is located off the coast of mainland China. It has a population of 23 million people, and our official language is Mandarin Chinese. Here's the Taiwanese flag. As we can see, there's 3 colors in it: white, blue, and red. It represents the 3 principles of Taiwan: liberty, democracy, and equality. Here's a picture of the Taiwanese president, Tsai Ing-wen. She's the first female president in Taiwan, so she actually has an enormous impact on the people in the country. Here are the picture of the capital city of Taiwan, Taipei, which is the city I come from. And in the middle of the picture, you can see a really tall building. It is called Taipei 101. And as the name implies, it has 101 floors, and it was once the tallest building in the world, and is now the most iconic landmark in Taipei. Here are some of my favorite pictures in Taiwan. For the culture, in Taiwan, the cultural heritage is a blend of Japanese, Chinese, and Taiwanese traditional culture. And the main religions in Taiwan are Buddhism and Taoism. As you can see in the picture, there are actually a lot of temples around the country. And for this picture, it is the indigenous people in Taiwan wearing the traditional clothing. And the food. The food in Taiwan is actually a big deal. We have a lot of delicious food, and of course, the world famous bubble tea. It is actually originated in Taiwan, in case you didn't know. Here are just some of my favorite food from Taiwan. And specialty of Taiwan. There's some things really cool about Taiwan. Here are 5 pictures that I picked. For this one, you can see there's a lot of scooters on the street because Taiwanese people really like riding the scooters more than driving a car. So if you walk on the street, you can see a lot of scooters, but you can barely see a car. And for this one, this is a Taiwanese night market. If you ever visited Taiwan, night market is a must go because you got a lot of delicious food and a lot of amazing people there. If you ever visit Taiwan, it's a must go. And for this one, this is a healthcare system, healthcare insurance. So if you go see a doctor in Taiwan, it's fairly cheap and you can get a free prescription. I personally think is really great. So yeah, this is the end of my presentation, and I really hope you like it. Thanks for listening to my presentation. I appreciate for your attention. See ya.
Hi, my name is Sofia Suarez. I am from Colombia. I was raised in Venezuela and now I'm living in Canada. I'm a grade 12 student at Coronado Regional High and part of the Sharing Our Cultures Club. And today I'll be talking about my country. So, Colombia. It is located in South America. Its capital city is Bogota. We speak Spanish. It is a very Catholic country. Most of the people there are religious. Our currency is Colombian pesos. We are very well known for our emeralds, jewelry, and coffee. Coffee is our main export, so you have probably tried it Maybe you do know, maybe you don't, but it is very famous. A lot of coffee shops have our coffee, so that's something I'm very proud of. When it comes to our food, it all depends on the region where you are. We have 32 departments, which are like provinces here in Canada. So every region has its own traditional plate, its culture, but the main ones are sancocho, cuchuco de trigo, buñuelos, lechona, empanadas, arepas, and the most famous one is the bandeja paisa. They are very delicious. We have lots of flavors, so I should recommend it if you ever go to Colombia. Colombia is a very biodiverse country. We have a lot of flowers, a lot of different species of animals. So, and I think it holds 10% of the biodiverse life in the whole world, even though it's a small country compared to others, obviously. About the weather, we don't have seasons like you do here in Canada. Instead, it depends on the region where you are. So if you go to the mountains, it's cold and there's a lot of snow. If you go to the coast, it's very hot, but it's beautiful for us. We love that kind of weather. Where I'm from, it's kind of chilly, which is like right in the middle, and it is 10 degrees throughout the whole year mostly. And it varies depending on where you go. There are many famous people from Colombia that have represented us in many types of ways. In the music industry, there is people such as Shakira, Bad Bunny, J Balvin, Karol G. They're all musical artists, and they are from Colombia. In the literature, writing, books type of thing, we have Gabriel Garcia Marquez. He won the Literature Nobel Prize because of his book, 100 Years of Solitude. Very beautiful book. And in the sports section, there's obviously our soccer team. They're not that famous, but they're still pretty good, and they're very important to us in our Colombian spirit. It represents the people, represents the culture as well. And there is Nairo Quintana. He's a cyclist. He has won many awards throughout his career and worldwide. And he's actually from my city, so I'm very proud to say that he's Colombian. So one of the things that represents us the most is dancing. Our music, our festivals, our holidays, they are something very important to us. And some of the dances that we have that represent us is cumbia, salsa, vallenato, joropo, bambuco. Those are just a few, but we have several others that are very important in our parties, in our everyday lives, really. Dancing is one of the things we love the most. My life here in Canada has been pretty amazing. The people are very welcoming, very nice, but the Hispanic community is very small, so that's a bit of a downfall, but that's okay because I'm still very happy to be here. It's a very safe and beautiful country, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to express and share a little bit about myself, a little bit about my culture. And thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you have an amazing day.
Halibou means caribou, and like the caribou, generations of Mi'kmaq people have roamed far and wide, building what is the oldest living culture in Newfoundland. It's a culture that some of us have always lived. Some have lost and are reclaiming it again, and some are discovering for the first time. And while we find ourselves on our own unique points on this path of discovery, we are growing. Part of that growth means coming together as a community while educating our youth, learning from the wisdom of our elders, protecting our environment, promoting our tourism industry, building a strong economy, and inspiring the well-being of our people in mind, body, and spirit. We are a proud people, ever connected by the land, our past, and our future. A future we are building together. The word Mi'kmaq comes from the word Nigma, meaning my kin friends or allies. To our kin friends, our allies, know our strength as a community makes us stronger. Our connection is powerful. Our path is true. We are Halibu.
Hello, I'm Danny Breen, Mayor of the City of St. John's, and I'm delighted to be here virtually. St. John's is a city of many cultures. The city is the ancestral homelands of the Beothuk, and now home to people from nearly 100 countries. The tapestry of languages, food, music, and art makes St. John's a richer place, one that is welcoming to all. In St. John's, we are proud of our growing multicultural identity, and our community is better for it. Connecting with and embracing different cultures helps us not only better understand one another, but also strengthens our city by bringing new perspectives, new ideas, and new experiences. Sharing Our Cultures has been doing this work for 21 years. I am extremely grateful for the work that Sharing Our Cultures does in connecting with youth and connecting youth of many cultures from all over our province. You are the future of our city and our province. You bring a diversity of cultures that will foster growth of all aspects of our communities. Your contributions today will cultivate our vibrant future. I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge March 21st as the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. Building a connected city where people have a sense of belonging and are actively engaged in community life is one of the pillars of the city's strategic plan. Council recognizes that fostering inclusion can only be advanced by working with organizations like Sharing Our Cultures to bring meaningful community participation. This month, we also recognize Multiculturalism Month in a new way, one in which we experience virtually, and at a distance, we look forward to a future when we can share once again in person. We become a city where people want and feel they belong. We accept and embrace all people and share all cultures in a mosaic that makes us a better people. Congratulations and best wishes.